So 2013 is officially done, and now we are in 2014 with the Super Bowl quickly approaching. And Troy and Jenny are gone, Sam and Katie are in, and now it's time to focus up and talk about how ridiculous this year's draft order will be. So, in the past, we've done just the straight up NBA lottery, we've done the Summer Olympics with the men's basketball, we've done the Kentucky Derby, and we've had a blast, right? We've had fun, we enjoyed it. But now what we're going to do is we're going to make things super complicated because there's a lot going on. So like I said, I'm a fan of curling. I'm a fan of the Olympics. Love it. And there's curling and there's hockey. And I wanted to incorporate them both. But there's also something in June called the World Cup that I knew I had to get involved with. So I decided, in my infinite wisdom, I'm going to include all three. Right? We're going to go all out. We're going to put all three together. We're going to make it just as confusing as possible. But what it's going to do is it's going to keep us almost in football mode throughout the whole year, because I've heard from people that they enjoyed the short span. So, like, when we did the Summer Olympics, people were, for those 2 weeks were enthralled with watching men's basketball. The Kentucky Derby, people said they never cared about horse racing, but for that 30 seconds, minute 30, their draft order was online, people were stoked and watching. So now, as you look at it, the 2 weeks here with the Olympics in February, and then you have March Madness, start of baseball, and then it starts getting into the World Cup. And the World Cup will take us right up to football. So, A, B, C, D, it's going to jump us right through it. So it's going to be great. And along the way, there's going to be videos. You're going to be able to enjoy me, but there's going to be a lot more going on. So, like I said, it's going to be curling, hockey, and the World Cup. Before we get into it, last year's sponsor was Fleischmann's. In 2014, we're going to do something just a tad bit different. We're going to have a wine of the video club. That's right. Every video will be featuring a different wine. And I will rank my wines, so when you have your fancy dinner dates, you can go and look at the videos and say, oh, JB recommends this wine. This week, it is Yellowtail Moscato. Mostly because it comes with a screw-off top. And anything with a screw-off top, it's got to be fancy. Bubbly. Well, that's what a Moscato is. It's almost like a dumbed-down champagne, but that's from Australia. And as some of you know, one of my groomsmen in the wedding is from Australia, so cheers, mate. A shrimp on the barbie. So, what I'll do here is I will show you who has got who for each sport, and at the end, when we bring it back together, we will show how the crazy math will work, and how next year you want to really play the pick'em. Cheers, mate. Let's start off with the archery of the Winter Olympics, curling. So here's how the teams break down. Kara gets Canada, Sweden goes to Eric, Great Britain gets Travis, Bob goes with Norway, Denmark goes with Andy's choice, I picked China, Kyle gets Switzerland, Sam J going with USA, John picking Russia, and going to Germany, or Katie was Germany. Sam, B, and Charlie did not pick, but they will show up later. The 1 through 10 in there is where they rank in the world as of this moment. The first number in the parentheses where you drafted or you picked your team, and then the plus minus is how good of a value you got. So Andy got a +4 value because he picked Denmark in the 9th spot, being 5th ranked worldwide. Well, Kyle dropped 2 because he picked Switzerland. They could have picked better. So there you go. Watch the matchups. When we talk about curling, every team will play each other at least once, and then the top 4 will go on to medal contentions. Now let's get into how hockey plays into the draft order. Group A, Russia with Sam J, Slovakia with Bob, Andy USA, and Slovenia Eric. The biggest matchups from here is going to be Russia and the USA. Group B consists of the best team, Canada with Katie, Finland, JB, Norway with Kyle, and Austria with Sam, with JB and Katie being the interesting matchup. But in the side note, the lovers' quarrel is Finland and Austria. Sam and JB are going to go at least once in this bracket. In Group C, it's the Czech Republic with Charlie, Sweden with John, Switzerland with Travis, and Kara with Latvia. The big matchup here is going to be Czech and Sweden. So unlike curling, where only the top 4 will go into medal contentions and then the rest will just be ranked by their scores that they get throughout the week, hockey is going to encompass everybody. So how it works is in each group, everybody will play each other once, and then the top 3 will get a bye, and then out of the rest of the 9, the top 1 there will get the wild card and go to first round bye to go to the quarterfinals. Well, the rest will face each other and play, and then from there it'll start weeding itself out until we get 1 through 12. So that's how hockey's going to go. Let's start getting into probably the most complicated part of it all, the World Cup. So here it is, the 2014 World Cup in corrupt Brazil. We're going to skip 1 through 8, as I'll break those down a little more in detail, but we'll show you the 9 through 32, and it's going to go into a snake order, as in 12 to 1, 1 to 2. So as you see, Katie, Andy, John, Sam J, JB, Charlie, Kyle, Bob, Eric, Travis, Karen, Sam B, all get to pick in this particular order here. So now then, obviously we go back in the other direction. As Sam B will get the 20th and 21st pick right away. Then I'll go Kara, Travis, Eric, Bob, Kyle, Charlie, JB, Sam J, John, Andy, and Katie. That's why it's important that you guys get some of those early picks, because when you look at it, you're going to guarantee to get a bottom 10, 12 team in the World Cup. You're going to need those extra points up there to offset those. Katie is looking to be the best as of right now. So here's how the top 8 picks of the World Cup go to. So the first pick goes to the winner of the Pick'em, who was Katie via Troy. Number 2 pick goes to Katie once again for the dumper via Troy. The third pick goes to the champion, Sam, which via Jenny. We're noticing a trend. The top 3 picks all going to people no longer in the league. Congratulations to the Cox family for setting up the lovers here for a good year. The fourth pick goes to the consolation champion, who was Charlie, who gave JB his first loss in playoff history. The 5th pick goes to the MVP of the league, which was Paige Manning, which was owned by Bob. The 6th pick is the least valuable player, which I'm still determining who it's going to be. I'll bring that down later when we get more closer to it, but right now it's me, but I've only done me and Travis. The 7th pick will be the last place team of hockey, and the 8th pick will be the last place of curling. So there you have it. Breakdown of who gets the extra points. Like I said, this is where I said Katie's looking pretty good. She's got 3 of the top 9 picks. So how it breaks down is that everybody will have a minimum of 4 teams. And how it goes is that you'll have at least 2 teams in the World Cup in the snake draft, the 9 through 32. Everybody will have a hockey team. Now, Sam B and Charlie didn't have a curling team, but they got a top 4 pick in the World Cup to offset that. So that's how it breaks down. Now, one person will have a maximum of 9 teams. So there's still 3 spots open, so you can get some extra teams in there. So when you look at Bob will have 5 teams because he got the MVP. Katie right now has 6 teams. She has hockey, curling, the top 2 picks, and then 2 more in the World Cup, with the possibility of having 3 more because she can still get the LVP. She can still lose hockey. Can't lose hockey. There's some problems there. but she can, right? Theoretically, it's still on the table. And she can lose curling, which she's in a prime position to, because of the fact that she got stuck with the worst team in curling in Germany. So she could have up to 9 teams representing. And I'm going to say at least she's going to be at least sporting, what is it, 6, 7 teams. And the biggest thing is I'll have the best hockey, and she will get to pick 4 of the top 9 World Cup. If she doesn't get 3 out of the 4 semifinals, she doesn't know what she's doing. So now that you kind of know where you're at, you're kind of, now you just gotta get a broad view of it. And now you're still thinking, JB, how does this work out? Well, that's simple. How it's gonna work out is wherever your team places in your events. So for hockey, it's 1 through 12, curling 1 through 10, World Cup 1 through 32. And that's why they always emphasis within the World Cup, because you're gonna get stuck with a crappy team. It's how well you're gonna be able to manage to offset that crappy team. What then is gonna happen is for all those places, you're gonna get added up, and then you will be divided by the amount of teams you have. So, all your teams finish in 10th place. You have 4 teams divided by 10. That's your number. You will have a number 10. And then wherever that ranks in the 12 of us will be essentially a draft order. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Isn't it better to have least teams? Sometimes yes, but sometimes you want to have more because that extra team can give you a difference in the math. And I could show you all the math on here, it'll just take forever, but just trust me when I say that. Sometimes having other teams like Keys, no, it's 8, 7 teams. It's going to be ridiculous. Now, if I get a tie in the number, the first tiebreaker will be the amount of teams you have. So if you have more teams, you had to work through more adversity, you win. If you have the same amount of teams and the same score, who's going to do it the way they do in the draft? Flip a coin. So I hope this makes sense of it, right? So let's break this down. Make it quick. We got 1 minute to really break it down. Hockey, curling, World Cup. When you pick these teams, where they play, you'll get a score. Now, you'll get those scores added up, divided by the teams, get your average, right? You want the lowest average. You want the averages, 1 through 12, and where you rank is where you're going to draft. So, it's going to kind of be tough too because the World Cup isn't until later in the summer. So, you won't be really going to know what you want. After the Olympics, I will post a video about the World Hockey and curling, show you where we stand at that moment of time, and then we're going to start the ball rolling on the World Cup because I do have to get 32 teams picked by June. So I'm going to know how hard it is to look and analyze this. There you have it, folks. This is how the draft order will be determined. We'll see you on the Fantasy Bit Island. So here's the wines of 2014. Right now it's just the Yellowtail Moscato, which is light, airy, great bubbling wine for probably desserts.